Hello and welcome to the What Northern Ireland Means to Me podcast, presented by me, Julia Paul. This series has been produced by Shared Future News to mark the centenary of Northern Ireland and is funded by the Heritage Fund on behalf of the Northern Ireland Office. Shared Future News provides information and personal stories on the topics of peace building, reconciliation and diversity to a Northern Ireland audience and beyond. In this episode, John Kyle from East Belfast, who's a GP and an elected representative on Belfast City Council, tells us what Northern Ireland means to him.
To me, Northern Ireland is home. I was born here, grew up here, went to school here, went to university here. I've lived here all my life, bar 7 years when I lived in West London between 86 and 93, which was a very formative experience, a wonderful time actually. I think everyone who lives in Northern Ireland should be able to live outside of Northern Ireland for at least a year, discover what the world is like. I continue to live in Belfast and I've worked here continuously from 1993. My father's family were from Tyrone. My mother's family are from County Down. She was a Stuart, so both Ulster Scots names are Scots-Irish names. My father's father, my grandfather, came up to Belfast, started a milk delivery business and built it up himself. My mother's father was a bit of a farmer and entrepreneur. One of the stories is that he bought an island in Strangford Lough to grow flax on, and the flax market collapsed and he was bankrupt. My wife's from Northern Ireland. Her family are from a combination of County Antrim and County Armagh. I've got 5 grown-up children. 3 of them live in London, 1 of them lives in Drogheda and 1 of them lives in Belfast. CS Lewis Square is right beside the health centre that I worked in for many years, and to me it epitomises Belfast and Northern Ireland. It's an area that was derelict. It had been ravaged by the decline in traditional industries, the rope works, linen mill, the shipyard. It was also ravaged by the 30 years of civil conflict, and that was inner city East Belfast, which again many people suffered in that area and were caught up in the Troubles. But it's now been transformed into a civic space. It's a wonderful area, regenerated. It's where people meet, where they socialise, where they walk to, they cycle to. It's socially vibrant, it's socially mixed. There's a real sense of community. There are all sorts of events take place there. So people come, they mingle, they meet one another, they relax, they get to know each other. And it is a place that symbolises the social regeneration as well as the physical regeneration that's taken place in Northern Ireland over the past 30 years. I am very hopeful for Northern Ireland. The story of Northern Ireland is remarkable because we have come through 30 years of civil conflict. Some terrible things happened in that, and yet we had the resilience and the character and the determination to end the war, to find some sort of way to make peace. Now that process is incomplete, but I think that there has been a transformation in Northern Ireland. It shows that people can reflect, can reach out to one another, can extend a measure of grace and forgiveness to one another, and can shape a future then together. Now, I think we need to create a future that addresses some of those demons of the past, that makes sense of our division, anger and our animosity, but that also creates a place where there is room for everyone to find a role, to make a contribution, and to learn to live together and to get to know each other. And I think that has to be the foundation of the future. It has to be respectful relationships, working together for the betterment of this place.
What Northern Ireland Means to Me is produced by Shared Future News. Our staff include Alan Leonard, Alan Mabon and Julia Paul. Our theme song is Figure in the Fog by Jordan McMurray, with thanks to Music Paths. This and other episodes with transcripts are available at the Shared Future News website, sharedfuture.news. You can also follow us on Facebook at Shared Future News and Twitter at Shared Future. If you would like to suggest someone for a future episode of What Northern Ireland Means to Me, please email us at editor@sharedfuture.news. Thanks for listening.